package is here. Have your ad run on our live streaming episodes, linked in the video description and attached to our many hot take clips. The channel is fast growing with thousands of views and subscribers. Don't miss your chance to grow your business on one of the fastest growing platforms on YouTube. Join the family today. This might be risky. Email us at thismightberisky@gmail.com if interested. Hashtag Indeed, hashtag do the right thing.
Yo. What's good? How's everybody doing tonight?
Yo.
I'm good.
What up?
What's happening?
Everything's everything. What up, T, man? Good to see you, bro. You on mute.
Bruh.
T, you
You
on
gotta
mute.
relax. Y'all know that's my cousin for real.
So?
I'm just saying.
We're related. It's not a mess. Yeah, what's good? What's good?
Ain't shit, everything's everything. Q was good.
Ain't shit, him. How you been?
I'm doing the right thing, man. I like your goggles.
Okay.
I fuck with that hat, don't you?
All right.
I like that hat.
All right. That's enough. Alex,
Hey, him.
I like your shirt.
Everybody see it?
I didn't know you had jewelry. What's that? What's that on your necklace?
It's a cross, him. And
Okay. Chief, what's good?
You's a wild boy. I'm coolin', man. How you be?
Hey, so I see you got the noggin out tonight. Okay.
You see me?
Shit like that.
This is like the first time we meeting you and shit. Asia, what up, though?
What up? Shout out to Chief for the freshly shaven scalp. What's up?
It ain't though. That's the thing. It ain't.
It's not.
No, not at all. If I turn to the side, you'll get a little bit of George Jefferson.
Going on?
Nah, I ain't that bad though. But yeah, nah, it ain't fresh at all.
Or Asia pulling double duty, huh?
Yo, triple. What's up? I do anything for the podcast. I'm here for the people.
I dig it. Like a Klondike bar and shit. Mr. White, what's good?
Yo, what's good, man?
Hey, shit, man. I feel like we ain't seen you in a minute.
I was here last week.
Word?
And then you were sick though, so you didn't stay the whole time.
Yeah, I was sick as hell. I
you
gave
saying you
niggas
weren't
a
that
warning
memorable.
before I got up there.
You always got a cough, though, bro. You always got the same cold.
I got one still. I don't know what's going on.
And I know you ain't been to the clinic, nigga.
You making a
Yeah, I don't go to the clinic no more. I'm married. I don't go
Yo.
no more.
But keep it a bean, though. Did niggas really go to the clinic before like that? Nah. All you do is the girl that you sleeping with, if she good, you good.
Yo, okay.
Good. That's the rule.
That's the rule.
That's the
She
rule.
look clean. She all right.
Nah, it don't even be that. She come like she go to the what we used to call it? The infirmary? Nah, what we used to call it?
Yeah, the infirmary on campus.
Right? And then she come back in the room, you looking at her and shit, making sure she ain't sad or nothing. You know what I mean? Is she straight?
Shit like that.
Word, come strolling back from the health center.
Yeah, you just be looking like you be quiet and all that. Wait for her to breathe. Okay, she breathing. I'll be straight.
Wow. Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
Hey, man. It's going to be a good one. Mary, what up, though? God.
What's up? Hello, everybody. How you doing this lovely evening? How are you doing tonight?
Mary, they put that lean on your internet, bro. God damn, man. That's for sure. Hey, man, it's gonna be a good one tonight, man. I don't know if I would call it a hot seat, but I don't know. Maybe the fellas got some explaining to do or some questions to answer, right? Because we trying to explore, are men the actual issue in most of these relationships? Because we often spew the stats of women initiating divorces and all that, but is it on them? Is it because they don't have testicular fortitude, or are they getting pushed to make that decision? So not necessarily exploring divorce, but rather just, what's the problem in these relationships? You know what I'm saying? That makes sense?
Yup.
All right. Let me see. Let me find this shit real quick. All right. I don't even got nothing scrolling for this. I just want to get y'all take on this. So, can somebody explain this situation? Are they married?
Yes.
Yes, they're married for years.
I heard they be praying and doing all this other shit. Is that true too? Like, are they that couple?
They just left the Florida penitentiary to do a prayer church service.
How she was dressed? Like this?
Of course.
I thought Russell was laying hands on her. My bad.
So where did she wear this to?
I think it was
Wasn't that the
fair
Oscars? Grammys? Oscars, Grammys, something like that.
It was the after party, the Oscars after parties where she wore it.
Oh.
For Vanity.
What do you mean?
So Vanity Fair threw in a post Oscars party, and that's where she wore.
And it was a theme of Barely There. Old Hollywood, Barely There.
That was the theme. Thank you, Alex. There was a theme, Barely There. And so she dressed according to the theme.
Okay. Got you.
Adrian shaking his head already. I see it.
Put her in the bathroom, man.
Well, before I put her in the bathroom, let's get some insight on it. So, Adrian, how you feel?
Nigga, I don't give a damn what theme going on. My white cheek, nobody's seeing my white cheeks, nigga. Like, that's just people doing stuff. You don't have to participate in it. That nigga looks so sad in the picture, but he can't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, he like, damn, I ain't even comfortable, but I gotta go along with it and shit. Ain't no way in the world, yo.
Now, they take 1,000 pictures in a minute. Do you think they picked that face on purpose to cause this type of reaction?
No, because there's a bunch of them and his face look the same in most of them.
Wait, put the picture back up. Let me see his face.
I did.
What'd you say?
Can you put his picture back up? I wasn't even looking at his face.
What the fuck is you looking at?
I was looking at Sierra.
Look at them cheeks.
Bruh.
That's his normal face.
He's giving him kind of.
That's how he looks. Nigga got no eyebrow lift or nothing. He just straight face like.
He looks sick. He also had a terrible season. That might have something to do with it.
Horrible season. He had a horrible season. They don't respect it. He had a lot going on in his life right now.
But this here, his name's Cecil Wilson, man. Nigga suspect. What you think, Alex?
I mean, I don't like them together particularly, so.
You don't like Sierra.
Yes, but I don't like the two of them together. They just.
Did you suck your teeth when Goodies came out?
No, that was a different time.
Wow.
Her music though, no, but I mean, there was a lot of controversy with this photo because they were saying that she's not receiving the same backlash as other people were. So they were going over white celebrities who had worn similar outfits to this, some a little bit more exposed, but there was no conversation about it. So then after they said, okay, we'll take
what?
After they said the race piece, then they went ahead and they said, well, she's a wife She's a mother. She shouldn't be dressed like that. I'm giving you context, Ham. Don't do that.
But no, man. Why listen, man? We don't care about.
Context. You gotta.
We don't.
Context. I personally, I don't think she looks bad. However, as a wife, I don't know if I would wear something like that.
So can I jump in there? So I think I saw the white girl that had like a strip, like literally a strip across her boobs, and then a strip around her pubic area. And so they're comparing the two and saying she didn't get much backlash. I think the issue that we're forgetting is that Sierra literally was just at a correctional facility doing a church service, and her and Russell perpetually put in the forefront their Christianity. And I think that's what's causing the issue with her, beyond the fact that that she's half naked and whatnot, but she's putting her Christianity out there in front. Then you sit there and you wear this. There's a way that you could have done barely there. And I get it. Her body is sick. She has a nice body, but at the same time, she could be considered like a hypocrite and cause more scrutiny on her because of that.
Yeah. I mean, but y'all said it about church girls before, right? So why are we not surprised, are we?
Well, those are girls in their high school days. In the high school days, when you get older, you get more sophisticated, and you should hide your promiscuity a little bit more because you get wiser, right? And so I just think she's a wife now. I just think you are a reflection of your husband, and you walking out like that, literally for the world to see your boobs and your butt cheeks, literally everything out there.
What does the white girl have to do with anything?
Because they always say the white women get less backlash than black women. That was their point of saying that. I don't let them be on my standard. They're not. I'm worried about them. Like, they're not my standard or my gauge or guidepost. But that's the issue. They're saying, well, why isn't the white girl getting all this backlash as Sierra is?
I feel like I'm so sick of niggas looking for like this victim Olympics bullshit. We could focus on Sierra. I could give a damn about the white girl. What you think, Mary?
I personally think she should have more respect for herself in regards to that. Now, if her husband allow it. Like, what am I be mad for if her husband was like, damn, like he might be the one trying to remind people that he got a sexy wife. You know what I'm saying? So he, sometimes it could be like a power thing where he like, yeah, y'all see this my wife. That might be his way of wanting to represent that.
Stop the cap.
That's not something.
That's a good point, Mary.
Like,
that's a good point. Because they make fun of Russell all the time, calling him a simp all the time. But like, yeah, I'm a simp. I got this baddie right here. So that could be his trophy.
No. All it does is further the point that he's a simp. Go ahead, Chief.
So he doesn't know that he's a simp, though.
Go ahead. What you say, Alex?
I was just saying he may not know that he's a simp.
She ain't say nothing, Chief. Go ahead.
Whatever.
So I saw this meme one day, and it was like a shorty asking her dude if she can wear a certain outfit. He was like, babe, wear what you want. I can fight. So I think I kind of carry that sentiment. However, that ain't it for me. I don't want to be the controlling dude telling my shorty what she can wear, but I think that's a line of respect right there. Like, you have, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a respect thing for me at that point. Like, that's just a little too much for me. So, I mean, Russell, hey, to each their own, but that ain't Chief ain't wrong like that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I just slap niggas for way less shit than that. And shorty, I mean, it's just bait for like that cast to pop up and walk up and do something stupid. You know what I'm saying? I ain't built for that.
Yeah, you can fight. We can fight. We can die too.
Yeah, but that's my point. Like, because you want to be, with your cheeks out, you're gonna put me in a situation where I gotta defend you from sucker nigga don't know how to control himself, and now look what we got. So that ain't for me.
T, what you think?
I mean, I think that there's levels to it, and there's nothing wrong with your wife looking very attractive, but when you're going that far, that's a little too far. We can sit here and argue and say that Russ is a a simp or a basic dude, a square, and all this other stuff. But there's levels to it. I mean, Russ may be tough, but that motherfucker ain't tough enough for a bullet, or the wrong dude could come up and whoop his ass. I mean, but like, can you imagine what it's like in the damn locker room for this dude? Now that everybody done seen your wife like that, that's just like Reggie Bush and Kim Kardashian. Everybody knew that, like, dude, we done seen your girl suck Ray J dick. So,
yo, how you think it go when they be like, hey, they be in the Broncos locker room like, yo, turn on that Future.
nah, damn well they don't play Future in that damn locker room. Ain't no way that they play Future in that locker room. No way.
Yeah, Russ was getting cussed out on the sidelines though, because how poorly he was playing by some of the defensive linemen. So I bet
MC
linemen might play that shit.
And can you imagine, like, this situation going into that locker room? Russ could be telling the offensive lineman, hey, y'all motherfuckers need to block. Bitch, you need to control your wife. And there you go.
Yo, that's funny. That's facts, though.
Shit like that.
Oh, man. Q, what up, though?
What's goody? Shit. So for me, as I'm like listening to everybody, I kind of take some of everybody's sentiments, which is, I know that sounds kind of weird because y'all not everybody the same thing, but like I fuck with what she said. You know what I mean? First of all, to each his own. Nobody's job to really be judging another motherfucker and how he conduct his situation. Really, like, our opinions don't matter. And if that's how he is allowing her to dress, like he feel like he could fight for real, go for it. I personally though feel like kind of what Alex feels like. For me, Sierra gives me the vibe she does too much. Like, I think there's other factors in there. I think there's also time and place. And I think it depends on the personality of the person and their occupation. Now, if it was like, let's say Cardi B, who had the same type of outfit, I don't think it would be too many eyebrows raised because it's Cardi B. It's not that much of a reach for her, given that she was a stripper turned rapper and she came into the game as a raunchy rapper. Sierra, it's like, it's already bad enough that there's been multiple situations where she's had Russell looking like a simp. And to your point, it just kind of adds to it for them, just speaking about this particular couple. But he did look like he wanted to say something about it. He did have that kind of face like, he doesn't fully agree with it. But fuck, I mean, I could speak of so many other situations that just made him look like a complete fool. And I think this is just another one.
And then she turned around. Like, she had that's like your woman taking a pic with her ass on the sink. Like, she turned around, bro. Like, and he wasn't even in that picture. He had enough. He probably sucked his teeth and all that.
Yeah. I don't know if he cared that. Honestly, I think we're reading into it. If he cared that much, I don't think that she would have gone out and worn it.
Why?
I don't know. I just think
he has a say so.
You think she got respect?
She would respect. I think it may be a respect thing, because if she really does adhere to her Christian values as she preaches, then she will respect the viewpoint of her husband. And so he may not have had an issue with it. That's his normal face. I don't see him looking sad. And he read the body language. He is engaged with her. He is pointing his body towards her.
He's a professional.
He's a professional football player. He's not a professional.
You don't think they have media training?
Not
football players have
sometimes in interviews.
They have the most media training. the football players specifically.
They should, but I think if it was that strong of an opinion for him, could he really hold it all in and suck it in up it like that? I'd
be surprised. But I think she need to have more decorum. He's an NFL quarterback, though.
And if it was that serious, they didn't have to go. Listen, she wasn't getting no
what are you saying?
They didn't have to go. Like,
what are you doing right now?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm talking. What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying, are you trying to what are you trying to exonerate? What are you doing?
No, I already said she was inappropriate. I'm totally said it was inappropriate.
You're saying he don't care.
A long time ago, I said I think we may be reading into how he really feels about it. Is what I said. So I don't think he may not have had a big issue with it, because if he did, I don't think that they would have gone, is what I'm saying. I never exonerated anything. If you listen to my first part, I said that's totally inappropriate and hypocritical of her Christian beliefs.
T. Yes and no, he feels some type of way based on this picture.
Hell yeah. I got a question though.
Well, hold on. Let me get a few more. Hold on. Alex, what do you think?
I feel like they do things. No, I feel like they do things for shock value, but I also feel like in the conversation, again,
do you think he feels some type of way based on his face in this picture?
He doesn't look like he feels some type of way. I agree with Asia that he always looks like that, but is he the type of man? If I get the vibe that Sierra runs that house, and it's not going to be no talking. Like, I'm wearing this is what the designers want me to wear, and we're going out.
Jesus Christ. Chief, you think he feels some type of way based on this?
She said it's not gonna be no talking. Oh my God. Yo.
Listen, no, apparently look like a simp.
I respect it, but I wish, I'm a single man right now, so it's probably why. But my lady can't come to me and say it's not gonna be no talking.
That's sick. That's sick. Terrence, what's your question, T?
Yo, okay, question. Do you think because, Sierra has a name, do you think that she could have did this to make herself relevant again? Because when's the last time Sierra came out with anything?
She just put a song out for single women too, I think.
Oh, hell.
It was whack too. It was whack. It was so whack.
Okay, see, there you go.
She's reaching. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's always a reach with the two of them.
I don't know. Interesting. I think Russ in trouble, bro. Somebody check on him.
Wait, just real quick. Do y'all think she looks at him and goes, "It's not gonna be no talking"?
Alex,
that's wild to me.
Bruh, it's almost like she's slapping the fuck out of him in the limo for even trying to say something.
He's a simp, and it just seems like this is what I'm wearing. The designers want me to wear this. This is the outfit. What are you about to put on?
But he's also like the classic gentleman too, though. So we were led to believe that don't have any weight, hold any value.
The two of them need one another. No one was checking for Sierra like that. Like, she was not. I have not seen Sierra so much that I have until she got with Russell Wilson. And we're not even talking about her music. When she got with Russell Wilson, the two of them were a benefit. Russell Wilson was with a white woman before he was with Sierra. And maybe he's always been a great football player. I don't know. But I never heard of Russell Wilson until he went ahead and he got with Future's ex-baby mom and ex-fiance. The two of them together is a move. It's a look. So I feel like they're always constantly doing things to be back in the limelight.
All right. Yeah, maybe. I
think she helped him become more of a sex symbol, which he's not. But I think because he always had a name, because he was a Seattle Seahawks QB, and I follow football, and he was great, right? So, but I think when she got with him, I think that may have given him some credence as he's down. Because with that white girl, he wasn't. He was real. He was corny.
I know, but we already had Jim Jones. We ain't need Russell Wilson. They look just alike.
Well, Russell fucked up when he said his biggest fear was losing her.
He said that out loud?
I didn't know he said that.
Mm-hmm. And it was, that's what made it pop with the women. Because they was like, oh my God, that's so sweet.
We move on.
Yes, you can't respect that though?
Thank you.
Wait, y'all can't respect that though?
No.
Hell fucking no. Your biggest fear?
Fuck.
And y'all thought what I said was crazy. We gonna wear this outfit. That's it.
Yeah.
Hey, money head over heels in love, B.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, we all we got.
He got kids. That's his greatest fear. He got kids. I don't know. I If you guys want to keep talking about Sus and Sierra, we can, but I'm done with it. I can't. Shout out to Racine. I had it up here already, but I was gonna skip it. So, are there any good men left, ladies? Quick answer.
Yeah.
Yes. Define good.
Yes.
And the good is relative to the person. So I'll say yes.
This ain't Tuesday. We ain't playing that relative and sometimes shit. That's over with. That was yesterday. Now, what are some qualities and traits of a good man? Chief, what you think? Give me. Oh, fuck, Chief.
I'll go if he wants to go.
Go ahead, Chief. Chief, I go to the bathroom. Go ahead.
Okay, all right. So, some qualities of a good man, from my perspective.
Give me three. Give me three.
Good leader. Fearless leader is one. Good communicator and knows how to get wealth.
Oh, indeed. Now, question on those three. Those highly sought, or is that on average? Will you find that?
Well, I guess to answer your first question, those highly sought, probably not. I'm not really sure what. I keep on hearing 6 foot and aesthetic things. I'm not a big aesthetic person. I'm more about the quality of the individual, the man. So I don't really care about aesthetics.
But wealth is top.
I didn't say no. I mean, it's up there, yeah, top.
This number
because
one.
he can be in wealth and be an asshole. So no. So
no, but for women, wealth for a man is number one.
But you're asking me, right? Are you asking me or for women?
Yeah, for women, wealth. You name probably. Wealth is 90% of the time number one.
I guess, but for me, you can be wealthy and be an asshole. And I don't want a wealthy asshole. I don't.
So what I'm saying is, are these men readily available, or are they hard to find with those traits in which you mentioned?
You might get 2 out of 3. You might get 2 out of those 3.
That's a lot, though. Oh, 2 out of 3 traits you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You would take that?
It's passing.
Okay.
I'm wise enough to know, I do the whole 80-20 rule thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Adrian, what's some good traits in a man? Qualities, traits that a man gotta have. Give me 2.
Give you 2. I'll say be long suffering. Gotta be long suffering. And I'll say wise decision maker, meaning like you're not gonna be swayed based off of his emotions or the situation when it comes to making the right decision.
Okay. What you think, Q? Fuck Terrence said.
I think the traits of a good man is somebody who doesn't beat his wife, or women for that matter. I'm sorry, I'm keeping it real. He doesn't cheat on his wife. It comes with a level of full transparency if that is something that he's into for whatever reason. And he is a great provider for his household.
Okay. What do you think, Mary?
I would say somebody with a plan, and not just like A, B, C. Somebody that's a good father, definitely. And somebody that's just like passionate, whether it be about their family, what they do, just somebody that's passionate.
Okay. Alex, all these traits, would you agree that this describes a good man? And we're saying, you said there are good men left. You're saying that these traits are readily available in men? In most men? Or some? What is it? Some, most, or a few?
Some.
See, I know I shouldn't have said that. So are there good men left then?
It depends on what you're looking for.
And it also depends on, like, they may not be born with those traits, but they kind of, through experience, they kind of gain certain traits.
You think you can make a leader, or a leader's born?
I feel like you make a leader.
I think leadership is innate.
Nah, I feel like you gotta work to get where you're trying to get to, though. It don't just happen. I feel like you gotta work to get to wherever you're trying to get to make you that leader. It don't just come out of nowhere. So
That's what I'm thinking. I think people have leadership qualities that they're born with.
Oh, like the qualities to be a leader one day?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No? Anybody disagree? You think leaders are born or bred?
I think they're born. Everyone can't be a leader. I think you either have it or you don't. It goes back to our conversation about an alpha male. Asia mentioned before, sometimes when a man comes into the room, you know. He doesn't have to say too much. The presence is felt. Being in a space, and we talked about it too with the men, can you point out who the leader is, who the alpha male is in the room? And you typically can. I don't think being a leader is something that is taught. And if you do, is it authentic? Are you doing it because it's what you would naturally do, or are you being forced to do so?
Okay.
Yeah, you could see leadership in grade school children if you pay attention.
I agree.
Yeah, sometimes it's later than others. So, you may not just know you have it in you until you're put in a situation.
That's the rare part. That's like the exception. But yeah, I think it used to be very early on.
Yeah. Chief. Asia, I saw you on mute. Did you want to chime in on that?
No, I'm good.
Chief.
Yes, sir.
What percentile would you say you fall in?
In regards to what?
Like the ranking of men. So top 5%, bottom 90%. Where do you think you fall at? If you had to rank yourself in percent.
I don't know. I think it's I'm like slightly biased in this regard, just because, like you say, that people say don't take advice from a single man. So me being a single man, like I want to put myself in the top 5 percentile, but I'm single. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm 6'2". I make over 100,000. And based on the conversation we had yesterday, I was listening to the lady speak yesterday of what attributes a good man had. Right, he had to be over 6 feet, had to make over 100,000. So based on those simple statistics right there, I fall into the lower category. But I don't think I can put a number on it, just because, again, I think that one facet of me being single is like, okay, well, this nigga think. So the good question is, well, why don't you got a lady? That's what I'm always be at. Well, you're such a good man, then why are you single? You dig what I'm saying? So it's hard to put myself on that one, but I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, I'm doing the inner work. I got a good job. I got a good head on my shoulders. Like, I got a solid foundation. I move with integrity. So, off of those principles alone, I think I stand in a higher element of it. But I don't know if I can put a number on it.
So what, like 49 percentile?
You
like now I'm bugging now. So
because
give me a number.
Because 49% you put me in the middle and an average of the pack, and ain't nothing about me average.
So what you think, like 20 percentile?
And I say that with confidence, not like and there's no arrogance behind that, but you know what I'm saying, I gotta, I walk with my head high and my shoulders up, on my chest.
I like them both, confident, arrogant. They feel the same to me.
I mean, that's because
it's called self-esteem, not we-esteem.
I'm gonna go. I don't know.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go 20ish, maybe. I'm gonna go. Well, you know what? I gotta bring myself lower because I'm also a damn good father. So that counts for something. I'm a damn good father. So that gives me 10% right there. I'm moving up.
Devil's advocate. Now, devil's advocate though. Well, let me say my shit first, so I don't sound like a hypocrite. I got 3 baby moms. So that would knock me down. So it would put me in a higher percentile for being what people may deem irresponsible, right? In that way, right? Making kids out of wedlock, so on and so forth. That may put me more in a higher percentile
based on certain opinions. However, you're married, and you having children by multiple women didn't stop your wife from falling in love with you and saying yes to your proposal.
Indeed.
I don't think that holds as much
shit
weight.
Shit like that.
It holds weight for the masses, but per individual, I don't think that really is really relevant unless you like your numbers is wild. I mean, ain't you 4 for 4, Mr. White?
Nah, it matters though, Chief. I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
No. But I think Chief's point is it doesn't matter as much as us as it does for women, for sure.
Oh, facts.
That's not even close, kinda. I just had to put it out there because I'm playing devil's advocate, right? So if I'm saying like we have all of this, but what would be some negatives or things that may have a negative connotation?
So here's where I combat that though, because when you look at me and go, "Oh, this cat got three kids by 2 different women," but you also have to sit back and go, "Damn, he's a phenomenal dad." Like you have to look back and go, "He's a really good father."
Does that take some type of intimate relationship to get to understand that? And it could be a platonic relationship. But how do you know that if they don't know you?
Because the first sign you see me with my kids, I mean, I got the videos out there with me and my baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people see that and go, you can just tell off of a poem with my daughter, like, "Oh, this guy's a good father." You know what I'm saying? And when people talk to me about me, like anybody asks me how my kids do, my response is typically they're fucking amazing. Like I have really good humans. You know what I'm saying? And that when people speak, just the way I speak about my kids, you can be, okay, this guy's passionate about his children. And one of the ladies mentioned passion as a part of being a quality of a good man, right? I'm super passionate about my babies.
So what percentage are you in? You all shy and shit?
No, I'm not. Like I said, I'm also cognizant of my shortcomings. So with that, I have to kind of, I gotta kind of put the walls. 15 is cool. If 15 work for you, Hep, 15%.
It'll suffice.
All right.
I mean, if we just based on those things, though, with the ladies yesterday, if you over 6 feet and you make mids, I think it's like a little like over 112 or something like that. That is like 3% of men.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. But then you have to throw in the fact that I have kids by multiple women. I'm not married, all that other good shit. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of bumps me back a little bit. But shit on paper, I'm fucking popping. Watch your mouth.
Terrence, I'm saying somebody got something.
Somebody has feedback. Somebody has feedback.
The Rugrat parents talking. All right. I think that was all right. T, where you put yourself?
Hold
on now. I just talked to Chief for 30 minutes about this shit. Ain't no way you contemplating it now.
I mean, just like with Chief, it all depends on certain things. I mean, on paper, I think I'm pretty amazing. I mean, I'm single, no kids. I'm highly educated. I'm passionate about all the things I'm involved with.
Now, I gotta play devil's advocate on one thing.
Okay.
Is it, and maybe the women can help me with this. If a man's single with no kids, cool. But does his age make a difference if he's single with no kids? So if he's single at 25 with no kids, cool. If he's single at 55 with no kids, are you thinking his shit wasn't working right? Could that be a potential yellow flag? You need more information as to why?
Yeah, what's wrong? What's wrong with the dangling?
Shit like that.
God damn, because he chose not to shoot up the club? God damn.
Yeah, bro. Assumption.
No, I mean,
I said anybody under 35. Well, anybody up to 35. Like after 35, you ain't got no kids. Like it's something wrong with you.
Then I'm also wondering too, have you never had a serious relationship?
Right, that's what I'm thinking.
Like, it's a backwards type of thinking. And then to back with what you said earlier, Ham, I think women, when we see men with their children, women can bypass it because we're like, oh, he seems like he's such a good dad.
Yeah.
But men don't say that about women. Oh, she seems like she's such a good mom.
Not true.
I'm just saying, if a woman has multiple fathers for her children, I don't think a man, and I could be wrong because I'm not a man, is saying, well, she seems like a good mom. Versus with women, when we see that you can have all the baby moms in the world, are going to be like, well, he seems like he takes care of his kids, so whatever, I'm going to entertain it.
I think Alex is right.
It's different.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think for me, at least, I prefer a woman to have children, and I've actually stopped talking to a girl because I didn't think she was a good mom. I didn't like the way she was raising her kids.
But that's you.
That's you.
Yeah, you're in the minority.
So I want to just I wanted to finish my full thought though.
Wait, hold on. Let me make sure.
I agree with Chief. I mean,
no. T in the seat right now, baby boy. It's hot.
Okay, well, yeah. All right.
So, because think about it, T. Could it potentially work against you? You don't have any kids, right? But on paper, you fired. That might even be like a contradiction. You know what I mean? Like what Alex is saying and shit.
Yeah, so, and I can understand that because just like what Love was saying, that because I don't have kids, for some it may look at it may appear like it's a red flag, but to me it's just because look, I feel like I've made better choices, and then some of my choices were more towards more concrete goals than something that may not exactly be as concrete. I'm quick to tell anybody that I chose to get to further my education over relationships. Yeah. Some people will agree with that, some people won't. So instead of me shooting up the club, I shot up schools.
Yeah, well, somebody fucking clickbait that. You mean you worked very hard in school,
yes,
you conquered it, and then you let off
yeah, I got shit hanging on my wall. I got shit hanging on my wall. I got shit. Oh yeah, doctor and shit. Yeah. So I mean, and I understand that it was a choice, and it was a hard choice.
Yeah, whatever. T, listen. Now, are you over 6 feet?
Hell no.
What you mean?
Wow.
Motherfucker, I'm 5'9". I mean, I'm 5'9".
Okay. So that could be. I mean, you ain't that tall. What you think? Like, what percentage? What percentile you in? Short nigga.
Despite me being vertically challenged, I'd easily say that I'm still top 20.
20%.
Yeah.
Okay. And you talking the money department? You all right there too?
I'm good, but I know that I could be better.
That's fair.
I know I got more to go.
Yeah. And so shout out to the fellas on the panel first. Y'all answering this, right? And hopefully the ladies could get from this and use the information going forward, everybody in the chat. So I appreciate y'all being good sports. That's why I needed y'all three up here, because I knew that y'all would have the energy for this shit. So okay, so Chief is in his 15th percentile. I put in the 16, and then T, you said you like 20.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with 20. I mean,
yeah, you probably more like 27. But all right,
does it count that I've been working on my EQ? Does that count? I gotta get some points for that, bro.
I only count the age.
I read a lot, cuz.
Yes, it matters, Chief. That's what I'm saying. You high up there.
I read a lot, man.
Your EQ is
my only issue is I've yet to be able to put, not yet, but like in a significant relationship, I've yet to be able to put this fucking knowledge into practice and this patience and communication into practice, because I haven't really engaged in a serious relationship in a while.
I read a lot too, but I don't know. Your EQ is solely dependent on whatever Asia thinks. I don't fucking. I didn't even realize your shit. T say
no, because I'm saying that, like, I'm pretty sure that all four of us, all of us are I'm led to believe that we're all well-read, intellectual brothers, and it's not, it may not necessarily be all that you read. It may be just what you read. You know, I mean, who's to say that, Chief and I could have both read The Souls of Black Folks by Dr. W.E.B. Du Bois. And, it may be something that he picked up from it that I didn't pick up from it, and vice versa. And we can still use it, in whatever capacity that we so choose, whether we're talking about double consciousness or code switching.
Now you just trying to show off. Okay, you in the
Nah, nigga, I ain't trying to show off. I'm trying to look up. I'm trying to look up at all you tall motherfuckers.
I ain't, nigga. I'm 5'8".
Nigga ain't tall.
Wait a minute, you 5'8", motherfucker. Put him in the fucking bath. Oh no.
Put him in the fucking bathroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
But but
I'll be damned.
All right, you in the top 24%. All right, Mr. White.
Bruh. Stop the cap.
All right.
I'm fucking. Cause I can hear y'all niggas ranking. I had to be like 7, but I put myself in I say like 16-ish. You know what I'm saying? I say about 16.
16 percentile?
Yeah, top 6.
Why? So are you 6'1"?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's cool.
My only strike, I think, is just because of these damn kids. So it's, even though I handle it well, my time is still divided amongst so many different things. You know what I'm saying? So, but it also could be looked at with my time divided up amongst so many different things. The fact that I'm excelling everywhere, you know what I'm saying? That matters too. But still, like, it's spread. Then I got my bonus babies, you know what I'm saying? Then I got my oldest daughter, then I got my one that's with me half the time, then those dynamics, and then I got the wife, and it's like I'm doing good, but I can only do so good because my hands is in so many different things.
Yeah, but even with all that, you were able to secure, I don't know if that's the right word, but you were able to find your lady and get married. You found a woman who knew your shit, and you came with these kids, and you still were able to be married.
That's why I feel like it's like a 7, because, you know what I'm saying? The women thing was easy. You know what I'm saying? The women thing always been easy.
Shit like that.
It's crazy. I think about it. People literally pay me to talk to me. You know what I'm saying? So it's women be, I just feel so, I can tell you anything. I know. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Oh man. Okay.
I can respect that, and I can relate. So
7 percentile?
Nah, 15. Because I think it does matter. Like, it goes back to I think it does matter, the amount of kids you have, the fact that I can't be as effective because my time is divided up amongst so many different things. I think that matters.
Okay. 15, 20. Okay.
You still, them numbers don't work for you, Ham. We still gotta validate this shit for you, bro.
Yo, I'm just
at 16.
Yo, I've been doing. I had to make sure I was read up on stuff. So,
I'm just saying, like, so the numbers don't seem valid to you, Ham.
Let me think. Damn.
You think everybody in the 50%?
I just think most people are.
Yeah, what percent are you? Where are you at?
I think. Can I finish my thought? Damn, now I feel like Asia. I can't even finish my thought.
Not the Asia.
I just think majority of people are average. I think some of us could be above average, which if you're in the lower 49 percentile, then I think you would be a little bit above average if average is 50, just for easy math. But I think generally people fall, even if you're excelling, I think people fall around, like, most people fall between that 50. And if you're at the high end, I think it's like 30%, 25, 30%.
Really? That's interesting to me.
There's so many people doing well. Like, so many people doing good things.
Way more not.
I know, that's 50% of the motherfuckers. And then if you 30%, that's 70%. If my math is right. So yeah, 70% people doing worse than you. But there's another 25% doing better. That makes a lot of sense to me, right? There's, and if you talk about money with men, that matters. There's billionaires, there's millionaires, people.
But then look at but what about the lower percentage? Those that are unemployed, crackheads, toothless,
all
gay.
That. We saying, well, one of my back teeth is missing, but 70% are behind us. Yeah, like that's a fact.
So I think this wild.
So I think if you in 30%, I think that's good. Like, because it's 70% of motherfuckers. Like you said, I don't want to name people jobs, but the fry cook, he can't be higher than me. You know what I'm saying? But you got billionaires, millionaires, niggas that made it to the league. You got scientists, doctors. I mean, like, you got people who done a whole lot of shit. Like, I'm talking about MDs. Like, shout out to the doctorates. But motherfuckers, like my cousin is a neurologist. That gotta be high up. You fuck with niggas
because he got the bag don't mean he got the package.
No,
that's
true. Like, a lot of niggas ain't well rounded.
No, you're right.
That motherfucker could be a 5'4" neurologist.
You're right.
It ups your percentage.
But I'm but also, if you become a neurologist, right? There's levels to even being a medical doctor. You got to be astute. You have to be determined. You have to be disciplined. So some things do come with that, and it also pays well.
Yeah, so but you can also be a lame. You can also be a lame.
That's a fact.
So you saying if the millionaire automatically deserves to be in the smaller percentile because he got a bag?
What I'm saying is he gonna get opportunity to prove he a lame. Right? He can get in the doors. He can sit in the box seats. He can sit on the floor. He'll be on the camera next to Spike Lee. All the white dudes that look dirty, they got money.
Yeah, but the shorties have their time and take his bread and keep it pushing.
That's a fact. No, you're right.
But it's about on paper, though, Chief. It's like on paper, you are the neurologist, you are the doctor, so you have all these things. But then after that, then you have, okay, now I'm meeting you in person. Are you what makes, quote unquote, a good man?
What if I told you, what did you guys think about this? Men should go into the world thinking they ugly. That's how men should approach the world.
Can he still carry confidence that way? Because don't the woman want a man who ain't confident?
But I think a trait of a good man is being self-aware.
Yeah, but you also don't want the ugly, cocky nigga.
But isn't that dangerous?
Like, am I wrong, Q? Am I wrong?
Not a little bit, right? Like them heifers on Flavor of Love, legitimately, some of them.
So
listen, they liked him.
So if that's where we're going, let's look at that. You got to do with a hell of a bag in his own TV show. Which one of y'all want to date Flavor Flav?
Not me. And that's why I'm being quiet. But I'm sitting there like, this is crazy. Like I've said repeatedly, I don't want.
Flav is exceptionally ugly though.
He is, and he's not intelligent. Like he can rap, you know what I'm saying? Like so he has success.
He
has success. Obviously, he was a part of Public Enemy.
He's a hype man.
He was a hype man.
Got the bag, and so he has TV shows. So he has the bag in that regard. Some people deem success.
Okay.
However, he is not my cup of tea. Just give me a second, please. Give me a second. He is not my cup of tea because Flavor Flav is not a good communicator. From what I saw on the television, I never met him in person. Right? I'm just talking about this because this is your example. I named communication amongst what I said was a good man. I didn't name. I think I said fearless leader. He doesn't seem like a fearless leader to me. Like he got 10 kids too. Like it's a turn off. Like he has things that's a turn off to me. So he is not passing my test because he got too many kids, too many women. He's not a good communicator. So what if he got a bag? I think he might not have anymore, honestly, because he wasn't a good manager of money, which is important to me. So yeah, some women will use you up. Men will use men up for their money. And that's it. And they will sit there and tell how good you are in bed, how fine you are, how smart you are. They'll stroke your ego all day long. And the less intelligent man will fall for that and continue to sit there and throw money at these women. And then when your bag runs out, so does she.
So love, what percentage is Flavor Flav falling?
What percentile?
Flavor
he's
Flav.
definitely past. He's old. Like he's like high 50s. Like he's bottom. Like he's 70%. Like he's a mess.
Even with all his money.
He's a mess.
Yeah.
With what?
Even with all his money.
Yes, to me, he is a mess.
Yes, Flav is average at best. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. He average at best, like because his paperwork is trash. He got money. So I'm just naming things that you had to do and work hard to become those things. But like Flav, I mean, come on, man.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here.
And he's exceptionally ugly. Like,
so Alex, when I first started, this nigga Ham said you were around the 49 percentile. So it's me and then Flavor Flav.
Wow.
Damn, I forgot I said that. Damn, Chief.
Oh.
Yeah, Chief. I mean, nah, I ain't. Yeah, damn, I ain't think that through. But yeah, I mean, I just think we got to be realistic, B. I think most of us, and I think we do well financially and all that. But I think at best we might be like 30%. Cause we all got shit that people don't got, and they doing well too, right? And we come from traumatic places, right? So imagine that. Like you don't have to. Well, that's my next question. Shout out to Mike Brown with the $5 super chat. He said, "What makes a top 20 percentile?" Mary, I'm gonna get to this next question, but can you answer Mike's question?
I feel like it's a lot of what we did mention since the bag. Having limited amounts of children with different baby mamas, people with, a lot of relationship experience, like have been with so many people in a certain amount of time. Like I feel like there's so many details in regards to what goes to that 20%.
Yeah, I think that's good. Interesting. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Please hit that like button now as soon as you come in the stream. That helps the channel the most. Definitely hit that share. People deserve to hear this conversation. All right. Adrian touched on this, I feel like. We also had the suffer in silence conversation that went. It should be viral soon. So, do men need hard times to become the best versions of themselves? I never usually start with this person, but I want to start with Q. Do men need hard times to become the best versions of themselves, Q?
Yes. Yes, men need hard times to become the best version of themselves because through trial, you obtain strength. And so without that, you're not going to be the best version of yourself. It's like if you think about being around a bunch of yes men, that's just something light. But if you never have somebody around you who's challenging you, you're going to function at a mediocre level, in my opinion.
Word. Okay. Real quick, I just want to say shout out to Jordan, Shanae, Racine, AW, Rotunda, Try to Taz in the chat, Double R Productions and all that. Appreciate y'all tuning in. What you think, love? Do men need hard times to become the best versions of themselves?
I think men need lessons. Like everyone needs lessons to learn and be the better version of themselves. Hard times. When I think of hard times, I don't know about traumatic experiences. I don't know. I always go play to the far end of the word, but I don't think we need trauma to be the best version of ourselves. We need lessons, yes. We also need to have that inner tenacity innately within us, because some people go through tough times, hard times, or whatever, and they break and then they never recover. So it's more.
Here's where you make me the bad guy. It says men. You talking about we?
Oh, my bad. Okay. Don't be the bad guy. Don't be the bad guy. We'll say men. I'm sorry.
Bruh.
Jesus Christ.
Men.
So do men, because it's different.
I don't agree with that, but I'm going to go with this question that's scrolling across.
Okay.
I believe men need to have an inner tenacity trait because it goes much further than just going through a hard time or difficult time to be the best version of yourself, because some men don't have it in them to make it through that hard time, and they crumble and they never recover. So it's more than just going through that. You have to have that inner, tenacity, leadership, resiliency is what I'm looking for. They have the inner resiliency to become the best version of yourself, to get through that lesson, learn from it, and then apply it to your life to become a better version of yourself.
Okay. Mr. White, do men need hard times to become the best versions of themselves?
Yeah, just like everybody else saying, it's almost like you don't even become who you meant to be until you hit that moment. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times that's when that thing is finally woken up inside of you. You know what I mean? When you look at some of the greatest men that have ever done anything, they've been through something hard, something real, where it revealed to them that, okay, this is who I am, or this is who I'm going to be. And they've been unstoppable ever since. So.
Okay. What you think, Alex? Same?
Yeah, I agree with love, but I wouldn't necessarily use the word hard times, because not everyone bounces back, but I would definitely say that men need life experience in certain things. I think life...
Not the same question.
It is.
No, you're saying we need life experience. Thanks. Well, I'm asking specifically about hard times.
But, Hamp, life experience could equate to hard times for some people.
It can, right? But not always, right? I'm asking about hard times specifically.
Men need hard times to become the best versions of themselves. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no.
Okay. Why? Can you read the super chat for me, Alex?
Yes. Hard times for men teaches empathy and appreciation.
Shout out to Double R Films. Hard times for men teaches empathy and appreciation. All right, go ahead, Alex. Go ahead, Alex.
For some, not all. I think it depends on the person. It depends on their level of resiliency. I think it depends on, are they someone who can self-correct? Okay, this happened. What am I going to do differently in the next go around? What will I do to change it? How am I going to allow this make or break me when said hard time comes about?
Okay.
Is that better for you, Ham?
It was decent. Chief.
Yeah.
What you think, Chief?
I think I want to pick the question apart and just say need. I'm not sure. I don't think you can go through life without experiencing hard times. I think men need mentors more than hard times. Like, I believe with the right people in your corner feeding you the information you need, you're able to build yourself to still become a good person. I think adversity and hard times do mold people, but I don't know if it's a necessity.
So you're saying that somebody can tell you, hey, don't put your hand on the stove because it's hot, and you can get to the same goals?
I mean, I think that's a shitty example, but I do get what you're saying. Like, I think someone can guide you from those things, but I do think like it's inevitable. Like, hard times are inevitable. So needing them though, like I do believe if we didn't have to, I just feel like because it's unfortunate that we have to experience hard times, having a good person in your corner to help guide you through some of this stuff can help maybe prevent those times from being as hard, which can still help mold a person.
So you're saying that if somebody told you, you're saying that the stove analogy that we've been hearing forever is not good in terms of that? If somebody coaches you through the fact that you don't need to put your hand on the stove to know it's hot?
Yeah, but I mean, putting your hand on the stove ain't a fucking hard time. You get burned. Like, that ain't no fucking challenge somebody got to go through.
But it's like, an analogy.
It's a shitty one in relation to the question.
All right, mute your mic. What'd you say, love?
I have a question. So now I know why you said men. Now I get it. Because if I go along with what Chief was saying, men, can you all learn just from mentors telling you don't do this instead? Is a man able just to learn from telling you and not actually experiencing it? And I'm going to say no. I don't think men have it in them. I think it's harder, put it that way, for them to actually be like, you're right, I'm not going to do that because you told me not to do it. I think it's just harder for men to I think it's how you're wired. So yeah, I like that question, Ham. I appreciate you. I'm starting to learn you a little bit better. Yeah, I think it's hard for men to do it just by being told.
Okay, so okay. T, did you answer
the question? Yes, they need it.
No.
I'm sorry. The answer question, yes, they need it.
Okay. To me, adversity is the true test of a man.
Okay.
So just like how Love was saying, using the analogy about someone telling you, I can look at it in another way. Like, it all depends on who tells you that, the stove is hot or try to tell you one thing, because it's just like, my father, God rest his soul, he told me a lot of things and I listened, and it's got me where I am. And I know that, there were some things that I didn't listen to, and I paid I had to pay a few consequences. So if he wouldn't have told me, then, I probably been a bigger fuck up than I am. So,
So, okay. So how many people said men do need hard times? Raise your hand. I'll make it audible. Okay, so 4 out of 7. Well, Mary, do you think men need hard times?
It depends on what you mean by quote unquote hard times. Is it like a struggling thing, hard times, as in like you ain't got nothing, you trying to build yourself up? Or is it hard times as in when you're older and you experience some type of trauma and you're trying to get through that?
Yes.
Yes, which one?
Well, why? My question is for the ladies. Why do you all not understand the question for what it is?
It's not about not.
Shit like that.
Like, what you mean? Like,
tell him, Q.
It's not about not understanding the question. Mary was saying is that, are you saying specific? What are you considering hard? Are you considering hard as in like I struggled, I didn't have shit when I was growing up, or something else?
But I think it encompasses all of that. So it's your own interpretation. Like if hard times is hard, I think you guys are trying to reword the question and process it in a way to be able to say no. But just say no. Just say no. I don't think
Okay.
But the thing is, because me personally, do I think somebody needs to struggle, like be poor or whatever the case may be, to just be the best version of themselves? No. But do I think that they may need to experience some kind of trauma or, in their type of life to be able to understand certain things? And that's a yes. That's what I'm saying. There's life mistakes and there's just growing up poor and not having no money.
But that's what Q. So you name something. So do men need hard times?
I'm saying yes and no. That's what I'm saying.
I prefer the word experience. So Pam, put the question on the bottom again and use the word experience, and then
there's the things that we cannot control going through. So when I think of hard times, I think of how you were raised for hard times. If I'm talking about hard times, I'm talking about growing up poor, things you can't control, versus hard times that men experience when they're older by making stupid fucking mistakes that they could have avoided.
Q, you are 100% on point.
Y'all don't get it.
But I guess how was that any different than when Chief was trying to pick apart the question?
Yeah, Chief was fouled for that too, but I just didn't say
I firmly believe that. Okay, so I don't feel like it's a necessity. So that's what I'm saying. Obviously, hard times mold the man and help people become better, but as like needing it, I think that's a stretch.
Okay, so you're saying no, all right? Yeah, I mean,
you don't think you can mold someone and help if someone's really into like becoming the best version of themselves, and you've been through the situation, you can guide them to being the best version of themselves?
No,
I think. Yeah, it's going to be difficult.
Okay, so then I retract my statement. We do need to kind of experience it for ourselves in order to be able to become.
You know how we've been hard headed.
Men specifically.
We've been hard headed.
See, here you go with that men specifically stuff. What do you mean? Like y'all that much more superior in terms of learning stuff?
Well, I'm answering the question.
We're talking about men tonight.
Question. And
okay. Okay. And I'll eat that. You're right. You're right.
Huh? I didn't hear you.
I told him we're talking about men tonight.
Yeah, we're talking about men tonight. I think I feel your sentiment, Chief. I think she does put that extra sauce on it. When it comes to something derogatory towards niggas.
It wasn't derogatory. I just think that men innately they're wired to have to learn things to get it.
On our own.
It's not a negative thing. I just think that is how y'all are wired. You learn better. I think experience is the best teacher for a man. I honestly believe that. I also said earlier, it doesn't just take the experience, the hard time. It takes the resiliency that's inside of you to be combined with that to become the better version of yourself. So make sure all of my points are heard, please. Thank you.
Yeah, it just take long for you to get them out. Hey, interesting. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. Hit the like button right now if you can. That helps. Where you get glasses from? You had glasses on earlier?
The entire episode, yes. The entire episode. God. You don't be looking at me. You don't pay me no attention.
Listen, man, hit that like button. Please share the stream. All right. Let me ask this next question. I'm just going to get it out. I don't know if I should go to this one. All right, I'm going to go to this one. Shout out to Mr. White. Men can't communicate effectively, or are women not listening? Mr. White, what conjured this question up when you posted it?
So, one of the number one complaints I hear when I do couples therapy is communication. One of the biggest things you hear all over social media, communication. Men don't talk, men don't communicate. And it's not that we don't. I think it's more so we don't communicate in a way that women want us to communicate, or it's just not in a way that they understand it. So that's where I kind of landed at. So I'm like, I would love to get the panel's thoughts on that.
Okay. Go ahead, Chief.
So the question is, men can't. No, we're fucking terrible communicators. We are, but it goes hand in hand. Like it definitely goes hand in hand.
Put Chief in the bathroom, man.
Am I wrong?
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
Let that man talk.
It takes a while for us to get, but let's not act like they don't fucking listen. Like we're not gonna do that. You're not gonna shake your head and nod like, yeah, they're terrible. They're terrible communicators.
Like, they're trying to give you a standing ovation and shit.
We're not doing that shit. That's definitely not what we're gonna do. But I don't think men learn to communicate effectively until an older age. But y'all make it very, very difficult for us to communicate. I can say that shit.
Wow.
Very difficult for us to communicate.
If you don't communicate properly, I'm not listening.
You wasn't listening to begin with. It don't matter.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think it goes back to that safe space conversation we had. I think once it takes a while for us to build that trust and to be able to communicate. And once that safe space is violated, we just like, fuck it. I can't even talk to us. I'm not going to.
Yeah. What you think, T? You on the fence with it?
Nah, I mean, I think that men do communicate quite well. It's just that, we're very succinct about what we say. And, we say what we need to say. We get straight to the point. And chicks be more like, like that chick on Charlie Brown, the teacher that taught that wah 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 wah.
Wow.
And the minute we say a word that triggers them, then all of a sudden they get their neck the goddamn rolling and shit.
Tell them, T.
I mean, it's just like, I agree with, Chief, that, like it takes a while. But if a brother decides that he, chooses to become vulnerable, it's almost dangerous because it's weaponry for her.
Yes.
Because then all of a sudden, the minute she get mad at you, then she's going to use that, she's going to use it as weaponry to attack you. And then your first reaction is, man, fuck this shit. I don't even want to talk no more.
Like I just said, safe space violated. Conversation done.
Go ahead, Alex.
So I agree with Chief. Men don't communicate effectively. And I also agree with Mary. It's hard to listen when I can't comprehend what you're trying to say, the point that you're trying to get across.
Well, I definitely opened that shit up the wrong way. Fellas, I apologize.
No, that's how you felt.
Yes, your heart was felt. Your heart came first. We appreciate that.
See, there she go. There she go.
Here's the thing. I think that men aren't taught to talk about their feelings. So they're not taught to talk about their feelings, and very rarely do we ever ask men, how are you feeling about them? Like, how does this truly affect you? So I feel like when they are asked about certain things, it kind of comes like left field, and I feel like sometimes they just say the first thing out of their mouth. But for us, it's kind of like, I know there's more you want to say, but what is? Let me make sure that I'm understanding you. So I think it's a twofold type of situation. I do think it comes with learning your partner, but you have to get there. I hear what you're saying, and I think that's a part of active listening. I think sometimes we listen to respond instead of listening to understand. And I think when you're speaking to someone,
Mr. White,
it's important to repeat back what they said. Like, what I heard you say, and let me make sure I understand this, is X, Y, and Z. Is this what you meant? And then I think sometimes men are, or because it's not X enough, is this what you meant? Then it can seem like they're shutting down, they're not trying to communicate, and then you're going to hear, and from a man's perspective, it's going to be like, he's not listening to what I said. It's just like, I heard what you said. I heard the words, but I feel like it's something more.
We're pretty direct, though. Like, when we do communicate, we say we're pretty straightforward. You guys just hear whatever the fuck you want to hear. And
there
then
you go.
It gets twisted.
Come
on, Chief. Come on.
There you go. Net Roll City. There you go.
I'm ready.
See?
So I think that when you all decide to communicate, how long does it take for you to get to that point? And so we've tried to talk to, we've tried to be there, we've tried to be understanding. And so at this point, it's like a vicious cycle kind of, because we wanted you to talk for so long and we got frustrated and our resentment built up. And then you decide now is the time I'm ready to talk and be vulnerable and discuss it. And then it's like, we're frustrated because we are human, right? We're flawed beings. So we get frustrated. And so that's the vicious cycle that starts to begin. And so I think that communication amongst men needs to be emotional communication, being able to articulate how you feel and whatnot needs to happen earlier.
So,
and so when it doesn't, you learn at a older age, but you also have your personality in place and kind of solidified. And so it's just a lot kind of break down the walls. And so I can't listen to you if I don't understand. And so men get frustrated when it's a true dialogue and we're talking, we're asking questions, going back and forth with you, and you think it's being combative, but no, we're just really wanting to really understand. And also don't forget, communication is also your actions, your nonverbals. So you can say something all day long, but are your actions backing that up?
Yeah, hold on. Asia, that makes some of it did make sense. So I can't say it all didn't, right? But you say we don't listen because we don't understand. That's because you don't listen to understand, right? So case in point, if you ask me how I'm doing or you ask me why I did something and I say, well, I don't know. Isn't that communication? But it's not what you want to hear. What you mean you don't know?
Right.
There you go. That's it.
So hold on. So yes, that right there, why did you do X, right? When a woman asks you that, the most frustrating thing is for a man to sit there and say, I don't know why I did it. Because you are not robots. Like, you actually have thoughts and processes. So that gets frustrating to us. And it's not about
but hold on, because you did interrupt me. You know what I'm saying? I'll let you go. So, but it goes back to you saying we don't understand. My point is you don't want to understand because you don't want to accept the fact that, hey, sometimes men do things and we literally don't know why. Because we don't sit and think about it enough. Maybe it could be all of these different reasons, but we legit might not know why we do something.
I don't know why I did it to that girl.
I don't understand
That's scary. That's scary.
Can I jump in? I want to say to Mr. White, but try to entertain this. That comes across as a poor form of communication, because I don't know is not a clear, concise answer to a question that's asked to you. Maybe something along the lines of allow me to process it and get back to you would be communication. But to just say I don't know.
Hold on and see here we go again. How is I don't know not if you say Adrian was plus 11 and I say, hey, I don't know the answer, that's not concise.
There's
that's
no
example. You had an action.
Hold on, but this is what I'm talking about, right? There's a million things that it's okay to not know the answer to, right?
Okay, so
you're not good with that.
I'm glad you're going with that. I'm glad you're going with that. So let's go with that. So God forbid, and I'm not putting this on you because I think she's a phenomenal woman. Your wife cheats on you. You ask her why, and she says, I don't know. Do you accept that?
It don't matter. The results are the same. You're getting out. You're going home. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what the why is in that situation. You
can't do that.
But that wasn't a good one because it doesn't matter.
If that's your frame, then it has to apply to other areas. It can't just be because I'm a man and I don't really know. I personally don't know, and I'm going to back us and say we don't know. So that's my answer. So
this is the difference. Hold on.
Don't know. She don't know.
No, this is the difference. This is the difference. I don't care about the why. You see what I'm saying? In that situation, what I'm talking about is you're asking me a question and I don't know. If she cheated on me, I'm not going to ask her why because I don't care.
Okay, so this Adrian, all I'm going to say is this. If a woman says, why, forget about the cheating. If a woman sits there and says, why did you do that? And you say, I don't know. That to me says you're not in control of your faculties. And that's scary. For you to sit there and say you don't know why you did an action, that's why we get frustrated. How can you perform an act and don't know why you did it? So who is controlling you? Are you out of control? Wait a minute. Hold on. And so it invokes all of these different questions and emotions and instability. That's why we have a problem with the I don't know answer from a man. So not wanting you to say anything specific.
All right. I'm going to say this and then we can move on.
No, we can't.
But that's not me not communicating.
I gotta answer the
question.
Well,
no, I was just saying because I don't want to stay here all day. But that too goes back to communication. So the issue is not me communicating that I don't know, what y'all are saying is the issue. The issue is the fact that dang, he makes these decisions while not having insight into the decisions that he's doing. That's two different things. So it's not my communication. You see what I'm saying? So it's not that I didn't communicate to you that's making you mad. What's really making you mad is the fact that, like you said, I made this decision and I lack self-control. But yet,
because you said I don't know.
Communication.
But when you communicate, it is not the goal so that the other person can understand and have the logic of why you did what you did, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So if you give,
but when you listen, hold on. But when you listen, you ask questions to try to understand too. You don't just get mad and start yelling.
So that's what. But see, that's where that goes into the realm of effective communication, as it is scrolling up on the screen, communicating effectively. I don't know is going to then prompt more questions because then and maybe it's the wording of it. So you decided to cheat. What was on your mind? Were you upset? Were you whatever? Like when you ask a little kid why they did some stupid shit and they say, I don't know. It's frustrating. It's annoying. And as you compared us to children in the past, as you have done that in the past, so we can get the conversation, you are then being childlike, and then we are frustrated.
Just like children. Y'all get frustrated just like children when y'all get the answers y'all want.
Do you probe with those secondary questions if you don't get the answer? If you get the I don't know, do you dig into your repertoire of patience and go, okay, let me try a different angle and start probing with those questions?
You know what?
Do you do that? Or do you go, oh, what you mean you don't know? And it's the bark.
I definitely probe secondary questions.
Answer, I don't know. I know my husband, because as Asia said, that communication is not just verbal, it's the I don't know you. I don't know. I'm gonna say, help me understand why you don't know. Help me understand why you thought he was okay. Let me understand. Let me get some logic, because then I can go ahead and I can empathize with you. Then I can maybe be like, okay, I can see why you would do that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't speak that for everyone else, but I know for me,
Mm-hmm.
it would take time for me to get to that place because nothing annoys me more than an I don't know.
Right.
And
And that's the thing. We definitely we ask questions to understand. A grown woman does. So to answer Chief's question, and like Alex said, yes, I absolutely ask secondary questions like, well, what do you mean you don't know? Like, did you do it because of this? Like, I genuinely want to know why the action was executed. And so I'm asking those questions, but the issue becomes, and it shuts down because men get frustrated because we're asking those secondary probing questions because they really kind of probably don't want to say what the answer is. And that's the problem. And we just get frustrated. So we get frustrated and then I got an attitude. No, for every action, there's a reaction. So your action sitting there and say, I don't know, cause this reaction of me, as Terrence would say, rolling my neck and then getting frustrated and getting upset. And then we just can't communicate and everything falls apart.
So I got one question. Well, two.
Well,
so
can I
is it
Q? Let me get because I got one more. So go ahead, Q.
Yeah, I just want to answer the actual question real quick. I think it's cap on both sides. I believe that as far as communication, as far as talking, articulating, and expressing yourself, I think men do a poor job of doing that effectively. I think when men talk, women hear lies. That honesty piece, from what I've observed with men, just a lot of times is not there when you guys do take the time to actually say whatever it is that you want to say. And then on the flip side to that, I think a lot of times us as women listen to respond. So we don't even listen. We hear what you say just fine to respond, but we're not listening actively to be able to understand. So I think the women, y'all was with the cap, but y'all answered. And I think the men, y'all was with the cap, but y'all answered. I think it's the lesser of two evils. And I think they're sides of the same coin with this question.
In your beginning answer to the question, you said you're listening and you hear lies. And if we notice that, why even bother communicating? Because whatever we say in your head, you hear it as a lie. You've just
that's just what it is.
I don't doubt that. But now we're paying for the stigma of all men or whatever. Like I'm dating Asia and we have this conversation and she hears a lie or she's heard this before. That doesn't mean it's not my truth, but I'm held accountable for something that somebody else did. So now I can't even communicate with her because all she hears is what happened in her past. But because it sounds familiar, now I'm lying.
No, that's a different issue. I'm talking about the actual lie. I'm talking about when men actually, when they choose to not be honest, is more common than not.
I don't know.
But who's to say whether or not the man is being genuine?
Because it comes out through the actions, as Love was saying. You're going to end up outing yourself.
I don't know if I agree with that, but
I mean,
to each their own, I guess.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, there are some, there's some men that are just straight up genuine. And, and in some instances, you ask them a certain question, man, they just simply don't give a fuck and they'll tell you the answer whether you like it or not. And you're going to have to swallow that like a jagged pill. Take it for what you want. If you feel like it's a lie, then in your world it's a lie. If it's the honest truth, it's the honest truth.
If I could be honest with you, because that's a small number. Because I've been, and I'm not speaking to advocate necessarily for women in this, but I have been in situations as a gay woman, chilling amongst people, and have asked that question. Yo, you got something on the side? Like, do you ever like fuck around? No, with a straight face, and the shit come out completely different. And that's more than two people. More than two people. So it's like, what was the reason for that? Whatever fear or what have you. I've seen that more often than not I'm 39. In my 39 years of living, I have seen and experienced that more often than not.
So can I say we need a little more grace from y'all? Because it does take a while for us to communicate. And if the space isn't safe enough, or if we're constantly feeling like you think we're lying, or you say it's taken us too long to talk, then you might want to self-assess and go, why didn't I speak to you earlier? It isn't always my fault that I didn't speak to you. You know what I'm saying?
But at that point, Chief, I'm not talking about the women that give you guys a hard time because she's got scars from before that she didn't take care of. I'm speaking about when you as a man choose to lie. And then your lie comes back to bite you in the ass.
I get that completely. I'm just speaking in general communication, effective communication. Like Love mentioned, like how, you know, we're frustrated because it took you so long to communicate. But I'm like, if we, it's as much as we have some difficulties communicating, I think a lot of it is our level of trust and comfort with the woman. And if that space isn't, because think about it, you guys want us to provide this safety net for you all. So when you're with us, you feel safe and so on and so forth. I think in terms of communication, we want the same thing.
Interesting. Like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. I'm trying to figure out what I got from that conversation just now. I usually can pick it all up. I'm kind of all over. I feel like based on how Q was talking, she was the most right, but I got to go back and listen to it. She was talking spicy and very confident, so it sounded like she was right. So shout out to Q.
Shout out to sounding right.
All right. My last question for the evening. Are black men deserving of the mantle of leadership in relationships? Let me say it one more time, because I typed it wrong. Are black men deserving of the assumed mantle of leadership in relationships? Are black men deserving of the assumed mantle of leadership in a relationship? What we deal with in our community is that we have to prove and earn and show that we can lead. A lot of other groups don't deal with that. Right? The Asian man, the Latino man, the East Indian man, he does not deal with that. They are the assumed leaders, and if they fail, they fail. And then they go from there. But they're not in this prove it position like we are. So are black men deserving of the assumed mantle of leadership in relationships? And I don't think we're not in that place right now. But do we deserve to be? Should our leadership be assumed? Anybody can go.
So I didn't want to jump out there. That's how I was letting everybody else talk. But do you deserve the assumed? And it's such a loaded question. And I'm gonna answer it. I want you all to have the mantle of leadership in relationships. I want y'all to have it so much. I really do. We need you all to take on that mantle of leadership. I'm laughing at Chi because he's laughing. Adrian's having a heart attack over there. But we need you and we want you to. The issue is the track record isn't the best. And so therefore we say, show us. Because you want us to give things up, our autonomy up, give up and give you this level of finality in decisions, but you didn't show me that you can make the decision first. And I'm not saying to jump through hoops of fire, but I just think it's kind of it's weird to just sit there and say, yes, because I'm a black man, you give me the finality of decisions in this relationship and give up your autonomy, and what I say goes, just because of I was born into this. I think you have to show me something. Show me that you can make good decisions in your family, amongst your siblings, amongst your friends, and just with yourself. You have to show me, for you to want me as a black woman to give up all of this and hand it over to you and say, here you go. You have all of this power, essentially.
So with all that said, Asia, are black men deserving of the assumed mantle of leadership in relationships? Come on, you got dead air. I'm letting you know the answer.
I'm sorry. In today's society, no.
Wow.
That you pushed me into a corner.
That was a terrible answer.
I'm staying 10 toes down, and yeah, my answer is no in today's society.
Okay. Damn.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Okay.
Shit like that.
Go ahead, Chief. You had said something.
I said that was a trash answer, and she needs Russell. She needs a Russell Wilson in her life.
Ooh. Damn.
Because if you go into a relationship thinking a man isn't deserving of being a leader, then why are you even still? My thing is, if you go into a relationship thinking a man isn't deserving of being a leader, and then do you really want a man?
That's a crazy question. So again, I said a whole lot before I was forced to say yes or no.
That's why we're here.
Please don't ignore all of what I said before that.
I understand that. But your final answer was no.
Because
he's not deserving of it.
If I don't see anything, then no, and therefore I will not be in the relationship. I'm not going to go into the relationship then. Like, that's me. I'm not going to do that because you haven't shown me anything. What have you shown me to prove that you even are worthy of being in a relationship with me, period?
Okay, so the relationship takes build up. First of all, you don't just meet a man and be like, we go together now. That ain't necessarily how it works. So I would ultimately assume that by the time you got into the relationship point, he's established his foundation, and because he's given that you've entered into relationships, now he has this. He has his leadership role.
Correct. He's shown me something. Because he's shown me something while we were building during the buildup. He's shown me during the buildup.
Maybe I'm biased because I am a man.
So my answer is he proved it. Like, I don't understand why it's not coming across as clear.
No, it's very clear.
I get what you're saying because he showed it in the buildup. He showed that he had leadership qualities in the buildup to even be in the relationship.
But he doesn't deserve it off the rip.
No, I don't know him. I don't know him. He's not going to automatically just get it without me knowing him and seeing how he behaves in certain situations. No, I don't just give it. No.
Okay.
You don't want to give it, but yet you have constantly said that, we need you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
And that's still true. That absolutely.
That's God. Like, hell, that means it's almost like we're asking you, would you take, a simp like Russell Wilson who will let you do whatever you want to do versus a true alpha male?
I think the hearing what I'm saying by the men is being lost. I'm not sure why it's being lost. I think I'm being very, very clear in what I'm saying. I never sat there and said anything about a simp. I never said anything about not wanting an alpha. I never said any of those things. And it still remains true what I said. Yes, we do. I want a man that is a leader. Absolutely. We need you as the leaders in the relationship. We need you. But at the same exact time, I'm not going to just give it off the rip. It's not going to happen. I need to see something first. I don't know how to put any more plainer, honestly. Like I'm really talking as plainly as I can. I want you all to listen for literally trying to hear what I'm saying and understanding me for real, and not just saying it's trash and it doesn't make sense. And
I hear what you're saying. I just think that I get having to prove, I guess, his worth or whatever, but I think just as a man walking into a situation, I expect to be given that courtesy to be expected to lead. And if I fall short, then that's a different conversation. But I think
you'll never know. Like, be very clear. You're never going to know. I would never be openly disrespectful. I'm not an openly disrespectful person. So if we're in a relationship, we're dating, getting to know each other, you're not going to. Can't be throwing me off.
So Asia's saying show and prove.
Not the cap.
I think Asia's saying show and prove, and she's not giving you that power and she's not giving you the role of leadership until you prove yourself. I, however, feel the opposite of that. I feel because you are a man, and maybe this is sexist, I am looking to you and I am assuring that you are going to assume the role of being a leader. However, shit happens, things change. And when they do, I'd have to bow out of that.
That's kind of my point right there. I would prefer to walk into a situation where I'm at least given the respect and the presumption to be the leader versus having to prove my worth rather than maintaining it. You know what I'm saying? I come in like this and I'm consistent with that, then you see that rather than having to be like, well, you know, does this work for you? Are you okay with it? Like, I'm just not, I don't know if proving my leadership to a woman is something.
Just be you. It comes across anyway. Just be you. You don't have to, as I said before, jump through hoops of fire. Literally just be you. When you are literally just being you and being that alpha and being that leader naturally, there's no need for me to sit there and test you and it be a pop quiz. No, just be you. It comes off anyway.
So maybe it's a me thing then, because I feel like just walking into a relationship, I at least deserve that responsibility of leadership to be placed on me and give me the opportunity to fuck it up versus having to make me earn it. I guess maybe I'm looking at it backwards.
No, I think how you heard it is how it actually comes to fruition. Like the women literally, like, shout out to Rotunda, right, about the leadership, not until they prove it. So proving has to come with some type of action. Yes, your existence, because if you're saying just be you, your existence by nature, that should be enough, but unfortunately it's not. You are being tested, is what it feels like based on what's being said.
Won't that come in the initial phase though? Like ain't Google, like don't we all get Google now? Can't you just Google Mr. White and be like, okay, he got a good job, he does this, he does that, seems like a good man, and give him the benefit of the doubt?
Paper.
Right, but I mean, it's still enough of a basis for you to be like, okay, let me give this man that respect rather than being like, maybe in my head I'm looking back and like, yeah, nigga, prove it to me. Like I see this right here.
Respect by entertaining him. Again, you're being very, you're talking hyperbole. No one's sitting back and like, nigga, prove it. No one's doing that.
Asia,
throughout the relationship. That's all.
You said by entertaining him. Again, that is it
by
doesn't.
To you, going out on dates, getting to
But
know.
what I'm saying is, it does not come across what you're saying, but what you're trying to say as opposed to what you're saying are different things. So not like what you entertaining him, so what he should be, what he should be grateful.
I never said that.
But that's what you saying. You entertaining him, but you saying that we ain't listening. We trying to break it. This is how it breaks down in people's heads.
That's because you're listening from a man's perspective. Because you heard me say you have to earn it. And so because you heard me say you're thinking that I'm sitting back going like this. No, the fact that on paper he has all these attributes. Therefore, we can get each other's numbers, we can talk, we can go on dates, we can get to know each other. If you don't have these qualities, I'm not giving you my number and we're not even going to have a date to get to know each other. And so as we're dating, we're getting to know each other, then you just make decisions. You sit there and exist. You be you. You exhibit your natural innate leadership while we're dating. It comes across.
So you do give it then, because it's natural and innate, right? You're naturally submissive and feminine, right?
No, I'm not naturally submissive. I'm not gonna say I'm not. You see that on this freaking podcast. No, I'm not naturally submissive. I'm submissive to my man. To my man, I'm submissive because we've gone through all of the things I need to be going through for me to give up my autonomy and be submissive. I'm not naturally like that with niggas I just come across. Absolutely not.
Yeah. Double R said it just sounded like a job interview fucking with you. Okay. I have to correct this real quick. Respecting you as a human and automatically giving you leadership is way different. Not this one. Hold on. Because I just hate misinformation. So pardon me for a second. Many cultures have their boys and young men to prove their manhood. The Greeks, the Africans, and Samoans. Mind you, there's 57 countries in Africa. Countless tribes. How the fuck is the whole continent proving something? What the fuck?
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here.
Secondly, Rotunda watched the 300 and thought that everybody did what Leonidas did.
Oh, hell no.
Very specifically, those are the Spartans. But you have the Athenians who was on a man-on-man shit before they made it popular. So no, this like, come on, man. I just, man. Yeah. I hate right Google. Along. I hate Google. Q.
Mm-hmm.
What you think?
Shit, can't. I'm like, I'm torn in this one because as I read it, it's like I'm doing that bullshit. I think it was Chief who started the tone tonight. I'm picking the fucking question apart.
Wow.
Hey,
That's
Q,
fair. I definitely did. I definitely did.
Real shit.
Q, can you read the super chat for me and then finish your thought?
This is consistently your overall view, Asia.
Shout out to Mike Brown with the $2 super chat. Go ahead, Q.
Yeah, if I'm reading the question as are black men, not black males, I could definitely say yes. If I'm reading the question as black men referring to black males, then that changes my answer entirely because of the type. And when I say type, I mean the way that they function and kind of like not really showing leadership skills. You know, I'm not talking about the niggas on this podcast because I know y'all get real sensitive. Like, that's not me. It's not you. But if I could think about like the broader spectrum, I don't think that a lot of black males exude the character of leadership that's needed for a relationship, i.e. Russell.
So you wouldn't label Russell a man?
He's a male.
He's a black male.
Respect.
Damn. Rest in peace, Russell Wilson. God,
but real shit, I think that's why Kevin Samuels played the role that he played up until his death. Rest in peace. To get the males in formation to be like, what the fuck is y'all really on? Get to this point to get to that point. And yeah, I don't think that would exist if it was already there. So if it's just males, the answer is no. Now, if it's black men, the answer for me is yes.
Well, what's up, Alex?
No, I'm just saying it just makes me think back to previous conversations we had about leading in a household or in a marriage, right? And you want to give them the power, I want to submit and all of these things, but as a whole, in the male species, in the black male species realm, a lot of them, majority of them, I know you hate that word, do not have the skills to be a leader in a relationship.
Alex, are you married?
I am.
Did you give your husband the benefit of the doubt in the beginning, or did you make him prove to you that he could be a leader?
I gave him the benefit of the doubt, and I said that earlier, but there was a continuation of having to prove.
To the question's point, he was deserving of the mantle of leadership.
And I said that earlier.
What you think, Mr. White?
Absolutely, we deserved it. Man. You know what I'm saying? That's what's wrong with y'all, yo. Absolutely give it to us without having to prove anything. I think if women looked at it from that perspective and point of view, y'all would do better with choosing who y'all choose to be with. You know what I'm saying? Versus, let me sit and entertain this person. Off gate, you need to be like, nah, this is my expectation of this dude. That I'm going to let him have this to be able to do this. That way, as soon as he's doing something that's not lining up with that, now you can dip. You know what I'm saying? So if you automatically held them to that and automatically said, okay, if I'm going to entertain you, this is what I'm looking and expecting you to come into. This is yours. How you going to act? That'll probably help y'all be more attentive to his decision making. You'll probably be able to see a lot of things more clearly, a lot sooner. Versus just, let me see where he at and keeping him back here. And then y'all just keeping people around that don't need to be around or that you need to be entertained.
Is it ever thought of why?
Back to y'all standards are trash.
Is it ever thought about why? Do black men ever consider why black women do not find y'all to be leaders, or we question your leadership?
Yes.
Yeah.
You've been brainwashed.
Trauma. That has nothing, that's unrelated to us. But I can tell you this though.
No dads.
Yeah, I can tell you this though. In certain situations, whether you broadcast it or not, I guess love, whether you put that in the air or not, I think we feel that energy and that kind of draws us away from it. Like we can feel we're being tested.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. And then you guys been hearing it. You've been taught that, right? By the women who raise you guys up. Be independent. You don't need niggas, so on and so forth. Right? And so it's just perpetuated. So we stuck wrestling with you to show you guys something that, and you guys said you know an alpha man when he walks in the room, you could tell who the alpha is, but even these so-called alphas are still struggling with this. It seems like kind of contrary. Why is the alpha that you can notice without him even saying nothing in the room having a struggle with you to be in charge and be the leader? This shit kind of like rhetorical because I know.
Are you prompting me to say something because I never? I said what I had to say, like, and I said it very clear. But you're prompting me to say something. You keep on asking these questions, and so I never said.
Oh boy.
What I said it could be rhetorical. What you said? You did say you noticed an alpha.
I absolutely noticed an alpha.
But maybe like T said, you probably go for the betas so you could challenge these niggas.
Oh, Terrence said that. I don't go for it. I don't like
you be jumping at them. You be jumping at them niggas and shit. That's what you want to do.
I'm not asking for a man to wrestle with me and tussle with me. Like that's crazy. Who wants to be in a tussle and with a man? And who wants a beta? Not me. Y'all know me well enough to know I will not do well with the beta. I don't want no spineless man.
You could be in charge.
Nope. I'm not being in charge. I'm in charge all my life. I don't want to be
having a wrestle.
I don't want to be charged anymore. I want to live a soft life. I want to be a lady of leisure.
That is nearly impossible to say that you've done something forever. Now you don't want to do it. It's going to be impossible for you to just flip flop.
You can't say it's impossible for me. You can't say that. Absolutely. Why? And the man and my man's gonna know, and I'm gonna know him. He gonna know me. So you can't sit there and say it's gonna be impossible for me to be submissive and for me to give up all this power and autonomy. That's not true because
all this power and autonomy.
All of this power and autonomy. Yes, all of
You're just gonna be able to just flip the switch.
It's been built up for decades, and Mama's tired.
No, I get it, but you think you're just gonna be able to flip a switch?
Mm-hmm. I've had a lot of practice. Yes, I've been practicing.
You've been practicing on being in charge.
I practiced in the mirror. And before I was married and I'm divorced, so I learned a lot. Like I said last night, I learned a lot from my marriage and my divorce. There's things I should have done differently and better. I've learned, so I'm bringing experience with me.
Mm-mm.
What you shaking your head for?
Because you're more likely to get divorced a second time.
That devil's a lie. No, I'm not. Like, why would you sit there and say that?
I'm telling you.
No.
All right, alpha woman.
If I had sound effects, I would do it right now. No.
Is this?
Put him in the bathroom. Wow.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here.
No. I'm not getting divorced the second time. I'm not getting married the second time. That's not happening with me. Absolutely not.
Is this where she is listening?
Are those statistics
to listen or listening to react?
I don't care, Terrence. It doesn't matter. I'm not getting
divorced. Hold on. But this is all I'm saying. So I'm not saying you specifically, Asia. I'm just saying in general. 75% of I think it's like 75% of second marriages end in divorce. So I'm telling you that as it being a fact. I'm telling you it as being a therapist. And me and my wife both on our second marriage, and we were just talking about this joint. Like, this joint real. Like, we see why people walk away. It is difficult the second time because you have that's all I'm just saying. Numbers don't lie. It's more difficult. Doesn't mean you can't do it, but I hope you take it as, okay, let me really do more work now to prepare myself.
I already sat there said I've already said I've done, am doing, and will continue to do the work. I said that.
I never said you didn't. I just said hopefully.
Well, then what's your point? Didn't even bring that shit up then. Now y'all done sat there and made me I'm gonna get divorced with second time.
I know, boy, Tiger style, boy.
Windmilling y'all niggas.
And you can just cut that off, just on
Bruce Lee and motherfuckers.
Your truth is your truth. Her truth is her truth, and the truth is
Cute.
the truth.
Get her out of
All
here.
right, yo. Let's do the final
Get her out of here. You want to hear that your truth shit? We made it through the whole goddamn episode without that.
Don't do Q like that, man.
Mr. White. It was him who said that.
Yo, damn, man. I don't know. It's hard, man. It's not the same game. Like, yeah, you had some reps, but it's a totally different game. So at that first marriage, you playing football. Now you playing basketball. Those gonna be some clean reps. Some things might be familiar, right? But it's a different person, different circumstances, different age, more trauma. Because divorce is trauma, whether you learn from it or not. Right? People have PTSD. That shit is real.
That's why you gotta do the work. And
In
that's
dating,
why you're right.
I know, but you can see stuff. Once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic.
So
right?
You have to traumatized, always traumatized. You're saying?
Well, what I'm saying is those traumas don't just leave, and they will rear their head, and you have to deal with them.
Right, with the tools that you've learned throughout the years post divorce, right? And what I'm saying to you is that you gather the tools, and I have the tools, and so he will be a different man. I'm also a better version of myself because, like men, I learned the hard way, and I learned my lesson.
Think about what you just said, Asia. You learn like men?
I said, and like the man, I learned the hard way, and I learned my lesson because there's things I should have done differently when I was married the first time. And so I learned. And that was a valuable teacher. Experience is a valuable teacher. And I said that before. I think Alex said it before too. So y'all not gonna sway me with this. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, he's just going over the statistics. That ain't even all about you. But that shit is real, man. We gotta really, really consider it. You know what I'm saying? Because we all sitting up here like we exceptions to some shit. Y'all motherfuckers ain't that special.
Wait, I got a question. How did I speak to you rudely? I thought I was asking questions and saying that.
What this question?
She was triggered. She was triggered when you told her she get that second divorce. When she was triggered when you told her she get that second divorce.
I don't know what
he's referencing my cousin. He's referencing my cousin's question right now.
Rotunda said, "How Mr. White spoke to love is an example of why we can't give you automatic lead."
And all I did was give you the statistics and say, and just to try. And I said, hopefully, this just encourage you to continue to do the work. Never said you did it.
Not what you say is how you say it.
Well, come on.
Gave the stat.
No,
it is. How when you watch it again, you're gonna see what you said. Because I was coming from a place of when I get married again. You sat there and said, "But you do know you're more likely to get divorced again." This one, not. It's like when you watch that.
Like you said some encouraging shit in a discouraging way.
No. I was saying it because I think people don't realize how much more difficult it is. And I'm speaking as somebody who was currently going through it. I thought the same thing. I've been doing couples counseling for 3 years. I've been to therapy myself. I am a therapist. I got this super feminine wife. This thing is about to be a breeze because I got somebody who is not going to leave. And it's been real still.
Because you're humans coming together.
That was the only thing. I never said you couldn't do it. I just said it's going to be more difficult. And then I gave you the statistic as to why. I never said, Asia, you're not going to be able to do it. I never said, Asia, you're not doing the work. I never said, Asia, you're going to get a divorce. I never said none of those things.
But it's like when a person say they having a baby and you say, I want to let you know though, once you have that baby, your life will never be the same because you will never get sleep instead of being like, congratulations. I think that's how that came across.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to congratulate you. I want you to be successful and understand what you got in front of you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's still beautiful though, but it's that's all. You know what I'm saying? I even do your couples counseling for free, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yo, damn, bro. This coach is weak, man. This weak as hell, bro.
What coach? What'd you say? What?
Just people are pussy to me.
Oh.
Like you have to watch what you say on every single turn all the time. Like
it's called communication, Hamp, and that's why the communication question is men don't effectively communicate.
No, I just think niggas is pussy. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it's not about being.
I'm not even saying nothing like, yeah, whatever you saying might be cool, but I'm just saying people are fragile as hell, man.
Well, it's just about how you deliver things. It's called communication 101. That's all. Google it.
Like if I'm having a baby, I want to know the ins and outs, the dirt of it, not this nigga's cute or not. Like, how does that help me? Like that, I want help. Like not, like come on, man. That shit ill, man. Interesting. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Man, the chat has been popping. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the panel. Hey, did I not call it with Mary ass? I called it, man.
You said they put a lean on her internet.
Yeah, she did leave.
Put him in a fucking bed. Put him in a fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
Yeah, man. Damn, yo. Listen. I need this from y'all. I need the final thoughts. Alex.
Okay. Adrian, I don't know. It's not an appropriate answer. Elevate yourself. You are an adult, not a child. Chief, I appreciate you in saying you need to break the question and dissect it a little bit. I appreciate that. And Adrian, again, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. That's it.
Oh my God, Mr. White.
He over there stressing.
It's just mind blowing, yo. Like I thought y'all was doing better, and I'm thinking you're making headway. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like y'all done. I don't know, man.
Yo, they reverted.
Crazy. The fact that you can talk about how I communicate, the way you like everything you said was right, but you can't just say something that's true and apply it to whatever you want to apply it to and make you think you made sense. Like I literally said nothing negative to her. Oh, but it's how you say it. How else can I give her a fact? Hey, it's not 75% of second marriages do fail, so it can.
It's how she received it.
Or could have kept that fact.
It's how she received it.
I'm done, y'all. Yeah, this is my final thought.
Okay, my bad.
This is my final thought. I'm finishing up. Men, we have to. Man, it's hard, yo. I got y'all. We're gonna start a men's group so we can get through this together, yo. Because these women is getting worse and worse, man. That's my final thought.
Worse.
Yeah. Adrian, I think where you went wrong was, and not that you really went wrong here, but I think the way it was perceived is that you gave her more than what she asked for. Going back to the baby analogy, it's like, my nigga, I'm not asking you how much sleep I'm gonna lose. I'm telling you I'm having a kid. The fuck is you talking about? So she wasn't asking you for all that advice, but I totally get where you're coming from. As far as my final thought, though, when I said niggas lie, like when a nigga talks, women hear lies, I think that niggas need to do a better job of being honest, because yeah, I get it. Y'all may be lying or telling a false story to protect the woman, what have you. Only y'all know that. But that honesty will go a long fucking way. Live and walk in your motherfucking truth. Be your true, authentic self to the best ability that you can be. And yeah. And one thing about a nigga, he gonna tell you a story you ain't asked for.
T.
Oh man. Final thought, man. Men, we doing all right, whether women appreciate it or not. You know, a lot of us are doing a good job of communicating. Whether they can accept us being straightforward or not, they got to accept our truth. It's okay to have cool self-esteem about your motherfucking self, even if you are below height. Ladies, please take the time to listen. Don't listen for that trigger word. Listen and try to conceptualize what that man is trying to say. and all this proving and all this other stuff, man. Nope. If you want to control a monkey, take your ass to the zoo.
Hey.
Chief.
Yo, so I don't know, man, but let me thought like this. Ladies, whether you may realize it or not, there's a lot of trauma you may be holding on to, and it shows up. And you may not think it does, but it shows up in your relationships, and we see that, and it's hella unattractive. Like it is. I know there's a lot of ain't shit dudes out there who created this stigma and made all of us look like shit. But we all ain't like that, and you have to give us a little more grace. So give yourself a little more grace, because that shit is trash when we have to like compete for things that we didn't destroy. You know what I'm saying? We got to build up things that we didn't destroy. Fellas, with that being said, work on your leadership skills. Everybody's not born a leader, but you can find some leadership skills and qualities that make you more attractive to a woman. And damn sure don't sit around and let your lady tell you it's not going to be no talking today. Because we not doing that. If your lady ever tell you it's not going to be no talking, get up out of there.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so I want to say communication is more than just words. Like you spew words out of your mouth. Communication is the delivery, the tone, the inflection, and your body language. And I think that we all can do better with our communication, men and women. I would say, there's background noise. I also want to say that men, Black men, we need you. We love you. We deserve you. You are everything, but we need to rise up and to reflect the sentiment of Chief. You know, men do better. But I appreciate the conversation that we had tonight, and I believe some growth did occur.
Word. If you look at most of the people that effectuated change, they ugly. Scientists, Albert Einstein, ugly as a motherfucker, right? So now they have extreme focus, right? They not using their looks to get ahead. They gotta grind it out. So men, go out there with the assumption that you are ugly motherfucker, lift weights, get a good job, work your ass off, right? Get some Alexander McQueen's Terrence. They put like an inch on your height, right? Do all the things you can do to make yourself desirable, and then that's how you get the results. Don't focus on the women. Go out there with the assumption that I'm not the best looking guy, so I need to develop in all these spaces, right? And yeah, lifting weights is a part of that. Women want to know that you could pick them up and put them down. You understand? That matters. Aesthetics matter. Yeah, you can't change all this, but you could change all this, right? So that's just a very superficial example, right? But focus on what you can focus on, change what you can change. And that's where the women come. So I ain't saying you gotta be ugly, but if you keep that mentality, you become like an ugly motherfucker like Albert Einstein or some shit. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and we out.